recognizes the gentlewoman from Pennsylvania, Ms. Wild, for 5 minutes.
I ask for unanimous consent to address the House for 5 minutes and to revise and extend my remarks.
Without objection.
I rise today not just as the representative for Pennsylvania's 7th District, but also as the representative of one of the largest Ukrainian American communities in our entire country. Today, my constituents are gutted. These horrific images of Bucha are seared into their hearts and their minds forever. When they see these images, they are thinking of their sons and daughters, brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers, aunts, uncles, who have gone from living peaceful lives to being martyrs in an unprovoked war of choice that had absolutely no reason for occurring. When we see these images, we need to think of an average suburban neighborhood here in the United States and try to imagine what it would be like to have our homes, our families, our neighbors destroyed without provocation, without any cause whatsoever. I look at this photo of a woman with freshly manicured nails, and as any woman viewing this knows, when she had her nails done, perhaps in anticipation of an evening out with friends, this victim of slaughter wasn't imagining that her beautiful bright red nails were going to be displayed around the world as evidence of carnage. There is enormous grief in my community, and there is enormous righteous anger and indignation. I am here to echo that anger and that indignation and to say that we will not accept this. We will stand up against it. The United Nations Security Council must authorize an independent investigation into the crimes that were committed in Bucha. Since Russia will almost certainly veto, it is crucial that we immediately find another path to move forward with such an investigation. This is not up to Vladimir Putin. His crimes are now for the world to judge and for history to record. Now is not the time for messaging resolutions by the United Nations and others. It is time for action by every democratic country in the world. We cannot stand back. As the Nobel laureate and Holocaust survivor Elie Wiesel said, sometimes we must interfere. When human lives are endangered, when human dignity is in jeopardy, national borders and sensitivities become irrelevant. Wherever men or women are persecuted because of their race, religion, or political views, that place must, at that moment, become the center of the universe. Ukraine must be the center of the universe right now, for as long as it takes. The Grammy Awards, the NCAA tournaments, and our favorite television shows are a welcome diversion, but let that diversion be short. Don't lose focus of the center of the universe, which right now must be Ukraine. The work of delivering justice can start here. Every democratic country must investigate and ensure that implicated Russian officials, oligarchs, and their families are barred from entering their borders. Together, the international community must come together to send the message that no country can commit war crimes and see them go unpunished. I urge President Biden to take the step I called on him to take back in the first week of March. Work with our European allies to take all Russian financial institutions, not just some, off the SWIFT system. The cost of this invasion must be beyond unsustainable for Putin and the oligarchs around him. It must become literally unbearable. But we must do more. We must provide the Ukrainian people with the full range of military aid that they need. Drones, armored vehicles, machine guns, planes, night vision devices, every single weapon of war that they need for their defense. And time is of the essence. It goes without saying that continued humanitarian assistance must be provided on an ongoing basis. The fact that we have private American citizens, and I know some of them, who are delivering medical supplies and other necessities into Ukraine more quickly than we or our NATO allies are is incomprehensible. But I also laud those citizens. The extraordinary courage and resilience of the Ukrainian people is a challenge to us all. How much will they have to bear? How long will we let these crimes continue? Enough is enough. We will never forget. We will never lose sight of the fact that our shared humanity is at stake in this barbaric invasion. The Ukrainian people and justice and democracy will prevail. The Ukrainians will come out as the heroes of this story when it is told in the history books, but let us too come out as the helpers, the ones who did everything we possibly could to help them achieve victory and restore their country. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I yield back.